from the campus of Fort Hays State University, this is KFHS News. Your award-winning news begins now.
Welcome to KFHS News. I'm Logan Argo.
And I'm Kassidy Knowles. Within the last hour, FHSU President Ed Hammond addressed the state budget issue at an open forum here on campus. With the upcoming announcement by the Kansas State Legislature of more educational budget cuts, Hammond's main message at the forum was to ensure that the university will still continue to increase growth before cutting budgets. Hammond also addressed the importance of individuals speaking to the legislature before their spring recess to bring awareness to FHSU's current budget crisis. We will continue to follow this story as it progresses and bring you the latest information from the Kansas legislature.
A burglary has been recently discovered at Larks Park baseball field. The theft happened sometime during the week of spring break. Even though the report is not yet completed, burglary, theft, and building damage have been reported. Stolen was the stereo system and components from the press box that the baseball team used during practices. There are no suspects in the burglary and the investigation is still underway. We will have more for you as the story develops.
Earlier this month, an incident happened involving a few Kansas Association of Math and Science students and an FHSU resident assistant. Allegedly, a prank went too far, and as a result, there were 2 misdemeanor battery charges filed. President Ed Hammond believes that despite the incident, the CAMS program will not suffer. Criminal charges have been filed, though they may not be pursued.
I've talked to a larger number of parents, and I know the staff has communicated with even more parents than I've talked to. Most of the parents understand what happened and believe that the safety of their students were not in jeopardy, and it was clearly a prank that got out of hand.
There are currently about 25 high school students in the CAMS program here on campus. The students live in Custer Hall and will complete close to 70 hours of college credit over the course of 2 years.
We first told you about the arrival of the Super Croc at the Sternberg Museum a few weeks ago. Now, this weekend, the museum is hosting a carnival to help celebrate the ancient crocodile. Dustin Pauls has more.
On March 13th, Sternberg Museum introduced their newest temporary exhibit, The Science of Super Croc. We had the opportunity to check out this massive crocodile a few weeks ago, and now I've come back to see the progress of this interesting creature that used to walk our planet.
It was a huge success. We had over 700 people show up for the opening day. We had an opening ceremony that we had around 100 people at, where we were introducing Super Croc to everyone, and we had our legislators there. So it was a pretty exciting opening morning and just an absolutely madhouse busy day.
After checking out the exhibit, I had the chance to ask a visitor her thoughts of Super Croc.
I thought, I wonder when they're going to have a crocodile that's gigantic, and then finally my wish came true. They have a giant Super Croc, so that's kind of cool.
The exhibit Super Croc is now open and will be open until August of this summer. Museum admission starts at adults $8, youths $5, and FHSU students $4. For KFHS News, this is Dustin Pauls.
You can follow all the action and news of Super Croc on Facebook, as well as ask questions that may have not been answered during the exhibit. Seems like this Super Croc phenomenon is really taking over the entire community.
Yeah, I know, and I really liked that girl that was in that package for a little bit. She's absolutely adorable, but that would be nice to be a kid again and be able to see something that big. But it would still be great as adults to go see it as well.
Well, stay tuned for sports up next. But first, here's your community calendar.
Please give these pets a second chance. Contact the Humane Society of the High Plains at 625-5252 or visit them on the web at www.hshponline.org.
Do you wanna?
Oh, yeah.
KFHS Sports.
Welcome to KFHS Sports. I'm Chris Lonergan, filling in for Travis Reece. Fort Hays State Baseball hosted a doubleheader on Tuesday against Metro State. We will pick this game up in the bottom of the fourth with the Tigers trailing 2-1. And Nash Smith will come to the plate with runners on second and third. He will lift this one to the wall in right center, bringing home both runners, and he'll end up with a double to give the Tigers the 5-1 lead. Now moving into the top of the fifth, as Matt Augustine is on the mound, he's going to mow down Kevin Coughlin here. Augustine would finish the game with 6 strikeouts in his outing on the year. Moving to the top of the sixth now, Augustine gets himself out of another jam. He's got runners on second and third this time, and he'll get the ground out by David Kaplan, and that would end the inning. Moving the Tigers into the seventh, and they'd bring in their Canadian closer, Matt Atkinson, to finish out the game. Atkinson would give up 3 runs, but get the final out of the game eventually, as he got a comebacker on the mound, as you see here, and that would wrap it up. The Tigers would win the game 6-5. In game number 2, when the Tigers came to play, winning the game 20-8, Kyle Stackton was the leader in this game, hitting 3 home runs, driving in 7, and going 4 for 4 from the plate with 3 home runs and a double. And the win brings the Tigers to 15-5 overall. Men's golf has garnered their first award of the season. Nick Hag is the MIAA Men's Golfer of the Week. Hag, who is not part of the Fort Hays State regular 5 golfers, led a comeback for the Tigers to the win at the Pasta House Invitational in Springfield, Missouri. Hag's 4-over-par score was in the tournament was tied for second overall and just 1 stroke behind the leader. The win for the Tigers was the first team win in over a decade. And here's a look at the upcoming schedule for Fort Hays State Athletics. Baseball will be on the road Friday and Saturday as they travel to Bolivar, Missouri to take on Southwest Baptist for a 4-game series. The series will start at 1 on Friday and noon on Saturday. Softball will be at home this weekend as they host Central Missouri and Southwest Baptist. Both will be double headers, with the Central Missouri series starting at 2 p.m. on Friday and the Southwest Baptist series starting at noon on Saturday. Track and field will open their outdoor portion of the season Friday and Saturday with the Alex Francis Classic. The Classic will take place at Lewis Field and will include college and high school athletes. Tennis will hit the road for a 3-game road trip through Northwest and Southeast Nebraska, or Northwest Missouri and Southeast Nebraska. The Lady Tigers will play Missouri Western Friday at 9:30 in the morning, then head 30 miles south to St. Joseph to play Northwest Missouri State at 3 p.m., and then on Saturday, the Tigers will head to Omaha, Nebraska to play the University of Nebraska-Omaha at 10 a.m. Golf will be at the Missouri Western Invite this Sunday and Monday in St. Joseph, Missouri. So it seems like an action-packed week for sports. Not many of them are here. I mean, softball and track, if that's your thing.
Well, I'm glad that baseball's actually leaving. I mean, it's not always a bad or good thing that they're here, but they have had a long home streak, so it'll be nice to see how they act on the road.
And with this home streak, the baseball team's just been kicking tail and taking names.
15-5. They were ranked earlier this season for a little bit. I think they got 24th.
Yeah, it's definitely a good year in Tiger sports.
For sure.
All right, well, stay tuned for SGA Live at 7, and we'll be back next week.